Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We are back today for Heidi to bring you another more in-depth quick review
Yes.
on Blood Countess. This is by Lana Popovic,
Popovic.
and this is the Lady Slayers book 1, or
Yeah.
installment 1.
All right, so this is a YA historical retelling of Anna Darvulia, and she is an apprentice to a midwife, and she's a very good medicine woman,
Herbalist.
Some people whisper that she's a witch because she has, a knack for medicine. So this is a story about Anna catching the eye of Lady Bathory, Countess Bathory, and she ends up, through circumstances, going to work for Elizabeth Bathory and becomes her handmaiden or like lady's attendant, and they become very close. They form a romantic relationship, and then Anna finds out that, maybe Elizabeth is not really who I thought she was, and Anna kind of has to deal with coming to terms with the fact that Elizabeth is slowly spiraling into bloodlust craziness.
Okay.
And the story goes from there.
Right. Blinded by love.
Exactly. Yeah. So the biggest complaint I've seen on people's reviews, most people that I've seen say it is well written but slow. And I get that. But that being said, I was never bored. I didn't think that this was too slow. I was intrigued the whole time.
Okay.
I found that this was a story about a young woman who has to deal with societal expectations, and in the beginning of the story, her best friend proposes marriage, and she's like, we're really good friends, but I really don't want to marry you. I really don't want to have children. And even though she doesn't know it yet, we find out later in the story that she's attracted to women. She's struggling with where does she fit in society. She doesn't want to be a burden to her parents. She really wants to be independent. She wants to make money for herself. She ends up impressing the Countess, and she feels very good about that. She's very proud that her skills as a healer are recognized, and she gets swept up in the praise and the attention. She's, swept up in just Elizabeth and how beautiful she is, and how their relationship starts to form. And then she has to, accept the fact that it's possible Elizabeth has been playing her this whole time, and that even though what she's feeling is real, what Elizabeth is feeling is probably all just an elaborate lie or game.
Right. Okay.
And then she has to kind of make up her own mind about her own morality and what lengths she's willing to go to help protect other women in the castle from Elizabeth, even though these women talk behind her back and call her a witch and don't like her, and she's trying to navigate this very difficult situation where she is finding out she's basically a prisoner. Like, yes, she has beautiful dresses and the attention of Elizabeth, but if she loses Elizabeth's favor, then Elizabeth will probably have her killed. Yeah, I thought it was really well done. She uses her natural instincts and talent to navigate her own morality to find a solution to the problem.
Right. Not something so simple as just slit her throat in the night. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I found it to be incredibly well done. I thought the author did a great job.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So plot mechanics were on point.
I
in
thought
this,
so, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you even, so it is YA, so a few things do have to be spelled out for you. So the main character has a couple of moments where she even says, she's like, this would be so easy to just like slit her throat in, you know, in her sleep or something like that. But if I did that, these are the consequences, you know? And yeah, so I enjoyed it. I think there was really only like one plot thread that I thought was a little too easy. And that is the very first thing that catches the Countess's eye is Anna's ability to save this child's life. And the relationship between the child and the Countess is later used as leverage. So I thought that was a little too easy, but I think it makes sense because this is a YA novel.
Yeah.
So they needed that.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I really enjoyed this one. I think it was a strong female character who didn't have to give up her femininity or her power, she didn't have to...
Shouldn't have to marry the White Knight to
Yeah,
be safe
she
from the
was
situation.
able to save herself during...
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I highly recommend if YA historical... I wouldn't call it horror, but it definitely has some horror elements in that it is like a Countess Dracula story, right? So
Cool.
So if that's your cup of tea, then I definitely recommend it.
Right on.
So
So that's Blood Countess by Lana Popovic.